I'm sorry. I think your things are in my seat.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, come on.
You've got to be kidding me.
Excuse me, ma'am. I need to sit somewhere else. We used to be married.
Worst 19 years of my life.
We were only married for 5.
I'm counting the recovery.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Review Next Door. Today I'm going to review the movie Ticket to Paradise. It's one of those will they or won't they movies. But before we get into the review, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my new reviews. This movie is a 2022 movie and it stars George Clooney and Julia Roberts. It's set in Bali. It's a rom-com that had its theatrical release 2 years ago, but it just hit Netflix. This movie is a much anticipated return of two Hollywood icons, George Clooney and Julia Roberts. They were together in the movie Ocean's 11, so everyone is pretty much excited to see what they do. It's also Julia Roberts' return to rom-coms. She's been on hiatus for a while with rom-coms. As you know, she's in a lot of really great rom-coms, including My Best Friend's Wedding, Runaway Bride, and also Pretty Woman. So really excited to see this movie and see these two stars together. As I said, the setting of this movie is in Bali. It's about two exes who get back together in Bali to stop their young daughter from marrying a seaweed farmer.
She's throwing her career away.
Just like her mother did. So I'm the only one who can stop her. She doesn't listen to him.
Oh, champagne.
Oh, 2, please.
Just leave the bottle. Thank you.
Georgia, played by Julia Roberts, and David, played by George Clooney. Their daughter's name is Lily, and Lily meets a young seaweed farmer named G'day while she's on vacation and falls in love with him within 37 days and decides to get married. The two characters, Georgia and David, they act like they're new exes, but really they're not new exes. They're married parents for about 5 years and then, divorced for 19 years. But the way they bicker and banter between them, it seems kind of unbelievable why they would be doing that. You would think by then you would have moved on or let go. So it would have been nice, I think, in this movie if they kind of showed that there's this potential of interest between them still. Because the way the movie was, it was a good solid hour of them bickering and hating each other the entire movie, that at one point I'm thinking, well, maybe they won't get back together because there doesn't seem to be any love there anymore. But at the same time, you do see them fighting with each other. And when you're fighting and hating on someone, it means you have emotions still with the other person.
Promise, no mean comments.
Pretty sure you don't win anything for eating the whole pig.
No arguing.
Get off.
No passive aggression.
What about aggressive aggression? Try to keep the snoring down.
I have a nasal strip.
It's a mystery you're still alone.
The movie, I'll say, even though it followed the usual rom-com tropes of will they or won't they and second chances, there really was no calm at all. And I think there could have been a lot of comedy, especially because they did show a lot of the Balinese cultures with weddings. For example, there's one scene where the groom needs to get his incisor teeth shaved off to remove the animalistic nature of the man that might ruin the marriage. Like, that scene was not funny. There was a scene where Julia Roberts' character and her boyfriend, who is this much younger French pilot, they go into this cave, he proposes to her, and suddenly the snake comes out. Not funny. There was a lot of not funny scenes. The only thing I thought was endearing was watching Julia Roberts be Julia Roberts with her, big grins and her smiles and her laughter. That stuff was funny because she's amazing and she has amazing comedic timing. And her and George Clooney have actually been longtime friends, so you can see that rapport between them. They also had this music montage of them playing beer pong, a beer pong challenge kind of game, and it was set to 80s music, and they were both drunk and they were both having fun and they were dancing. Like, that wasn't even funny, and the songs were good 80s music songs like Jump Jump. it wasn't funny. So there wasn't a lot of comedy in this, unfortunately. And I think there could have been, especially if the whole cultural Balinese and the language things there. With this movie as well, I think that the dialogue and the scenes just didn't flow. So it felt like it was all very disjointed, so like, okay, let's have them do an engagement party. Let's have Julia trick the kids. Let's have George Clooney get bit by a dolphin. Let's have them stranded. Let's have them getting drunk. All the scenes just seemed very separate, and there is no connecting points to everything. And like I said too, a lot of it was bickering for the first hour. I would have liked to have seen maybe more romance between the two of them. Or how about romance between their daughter Lily and the seaweed farmer Gide? They could have focused on that. They could have had Gide, who was the seaweed farmer who learned about the parents' plot against them to kind of break them up and stop the wedding. Something funny could have happened there, but they didn't write much comedy in this script. I think this script was basically just a vehicle to showcase George Clooney and Julia Roberts. The two themes in this movie, one was given by Gide's dad. He says that if you get married, it should be the right place, the right time, and the right circumstance. And with Georgia, she thinks that they hit none of those. One of the other themes of the movie comes from George Clooney's character and Julia Roberts' character. Is when they were younger, they said, why save the good stuff for later? Let's do the good stuff now. They got married young. Their daughter is getting married young, and they were totally against her doing it. The parents are trying to fix their past mistakes by taking it out on their daughter. Overall, this movie, there was not much rom. There was hardly any com. But it was still feel good because you're seeing these two Hollywood icons who are friends, and they do have a friendly rapport with each other, and they were good with the bantering back and forth. The scenery was beautiful because it's all shot in Bali, and there is even some scenes where you see the drone going in and out. Some of the reasons why Lily, the daughter, wanted to live there, she was saying she's imbalanced. She just came out of 4 years of doing law school, and here she is in Bali, where it's beautiful. Like, who's not going to fall in love with Bali, right? So the other thing that I didn't like this movie is Julia Roberts in one of the scenes was wearing this very ugly purple jumpsuit. Like, it was ugly and purple, and she looked like a giant eggplant, and it had long sleeves, and she's in Bali in this awful mechanic looking purple jumpsuit. And I don't know who the costume designer was on this movie, but please don't put Julia Roberts in a purple jumpsuit ever again, because it was so distracting.
I knew it.
What?
So with this movie, I'm gonna say, you know what, for the scenery and the fact that it's feel good, and if you like George Clooney and you like Julia Roberts and you want to see them together, I'm gonna give this 2 hearts out of 5.
What's wrong with you?
He said pressure. He said Georgia.
I think you'll enjoy it, but keep your expectations low. Thanks. See you next time.